Then
Well,
it must,
you
it must
obviously
be pure randomness.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think you if you're a coach, you coach based on what your talent is, and you run plays.
So you're
based
telling
on what
me
your
that
talent is.
even with the request that Kobe Carl's getting, other coaches are getting that request and still running some specific offense.
It's all speculation. You know, we're speculating that Kurt Rambis was there, so the
I
Kurt
actually
Rambis
never heard of
tapped the
a
shoulder
G
and
League
say-
championship repeating itself. So
Well, you know for a fact that players from this team can be pulled at any time, just like they are, and you may not have them for X game, and it doesn't matter. That happened with Thomas Bryant in the postseason for the South Bay, and then you lose. So imagine at any moment, not to injury, but you just lose players because they're pulled to another team. So right there, you've already put a caveat in your coaching plans to coach a championship team, because in all reality, you have no idea. The one thing you're guaranteed is that your best players will not be there on specific nights because they're going to get called up.
Right.
But I can tell you something interesting too, and you guys, know more so than me. But a G League MVP, it doesn't necessarily. They're not even really able, or I haven't seen a G League MVP be able to crack the league and actually be effective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you guys have someone that is that has, but I haven't seen a player that has been absolutely amazing. That's been the G League MVP. When they go to the next level, they haven't been able to crack. Are you guys familiar with?
Oh, I'm
anybody?
familiar with a lot of this.
obviously
Vander
player-
Blue obviously comes to mind.
Right. Well,
but he didn't make
Right,
it
that's
to
what I'm
NBA.
saying. He doesn't-
He's talking about anyone who, specifically saying an MVP within the G League. So a single player, the best player in the G League. How often has that
translated.
to the NBA game?
Pat?
well, we can put that pat on
to
that.
be honest
You have
with
Google.
I don't
You have
think
Google.
it
Don't
has.
worry.
Right.
We know.
I'll-
Can you look that up for us, please?
I got that for you guys.
Okay, deal. We know some players. Obviously, one on our team, Lakers, Quinn Cook. He was a G League player. Made it to Golden State. Made it back down to the Lakers. So,
Right, but that's my point, though.
but
I mean,
he wasn't a MVP. Of
yeah,
the
so
league.
it's always interesting though when you look at players. Just
You think it's like the Heisman?
well,
You kind of win it, and then that's kind of your swan song.
It's a little different though. Sometimes there are Heisman players.
It's a little the same.
Well, but there are Heisman players that you could say that got a Heisman in college, and then they were Hall of Famers. But you really don't necessarily have that.
Yeah, I don't know how many have won Super Bowls, but that's a whole different show.
Yeah, I
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So I think when they look and they scout these G League players, that they look for specifics. What can they do, and how can they necessarily help the
I
team?
mean, we can throw out some names right now. Tierre Brown, we all know
Okay.
Tierre Brown.
Okay.
He's all right, but it was during the 2003-2004 season. That was the lean years. That was kind of like the after Shaq.
Okay.
Things after Shaq, I think, around that time, and
Fill-in players.
so we were needing some bodies, but he didn't really. I mean, also there's Matt Carroll was also.
Carroll's good one.
He was also G League or at that time it was not the G League. It was
the D League.
It was the D League.
Yeah, it was a different letter.
and
The development
I
league.
would say there
And-
Drew
Andrew-
Godlock.
Yeah, Andrew
Godlock.
Goblock, yeah.
He was in 2012, 2013.
And
good
they were,
player.
and what was interesting about that, I remember, we were so bad, the Lakers were so bad that they were chanting MVP when he got the free throw line.
Yeah,
We
because-
kind of chant MVP at every player that's decent or has ever been decent.
Which is
I gotta tell
annoying.
you, it is.
It's
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah.
It's not really MVP anymore, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not.
okay.
Everyone
it's
chants
not.
MVP at their favorite player.
Yeah, and
you
it's
know,
like,
it's just-
but it used to mean something because what it used to start. It started with Kobe. Period.
Yeah,
It was Kobe the one, and that was like because it was everyone was like, okay, there's no way you're gonna give it to Steve Nash when this guy is actually doing what I think it was 4 games in a row. He did 50 points. I think he had a
50,
run of 30, like 8 games at 40 points a game, and then I think it was like another like 35.
outscored
Yeah,
Dallas
yeah,
63, 62 in three quarters or in the
we're
half or
like,
something
we're
like that.
gonna let you guys know that we might be like not the best team, but I mean, there's no way that you can give it to, Steve Nash, especially when Kobe Bryant's doing that. So in every building that he went in, they were just screaming MVP, and I think it kind of like started in the Garden, if I'm not making a mistake. It might be in somewhere else, but it might be at home. But they started taking the show on the road, and when he went to the Garden, and he buzzed them up for 62. In the Garden.
Yeah, but
They
you know,
started saying that
I mean,
MVP. Now everyone does it, but it's like kind of like watered down. Now we'll do it for anybody.
Yeah. So, but what I say though is like I'm actually surprised that Kobe even has just one MVP because I knew that the media was out to get him. Because you know when he had
That's the
he
best
averaged-
though.
When he had what Pat was saying, he scored 40 points in 10 straight games, and he couldn't even get Player of the Month.
Yeah.
Like Western Conference Player of the Month. That lets
Oh, of
you
course
know.
not.
That lets you know that they're like
Some things
but there's
go
somebody
with a
else.
championship pedigree.
Right.
We're going to get the calls, we're going to get the rings, but we're not going to get the love. And if we do get the love, I mean, just look at the building we're in. Do you see the 16-foot high white walls? We're the Star Wars. We're the bad guys.
Right. Yeah.
That brings up a good point because essentially that leads to our fans, Laker fans, still spoiled.
True.
And such. And
True. 16 times spoiled.
Well, yeah, but you would think after the dry spell that we've had over the years that there would be a little bit of modesty and humble pie that we've eaten to say a little bit. That doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, not in
no.
Tinseltown.
Specifically the game on Friday. Now, the game on Friday against Miami, I was at that game, and specifically our boy KCP. Now, we're at
We
the
need to get rid of him.
game. We're at the 8th game of the season, and KCP comes in the game, and we all know KCP's struggling, right? It's not like he ain't trying. He's struggling, but it's not like he ain't trying. And the boos just rumbled. All right. Now we're 6-1 at this point. He's not playing best, but we're still doing. And the boos are rumbling for our own player. Pat, I know that you and I kind of feel the same on this.
Yeah.
Mike can tend to be a little bit more aggressive.
I'm a little
against
bit
the
more
players.
neutral.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit
yeah.
more neutral.
I'm curious how Benji feels about this, but to myself, I kind of feel like we're still winning. We kind of need him. We want him. Support him. It's cannibalism when we're booing our own guys. It's just
what do you
not
think
good.
But you know what? Maybe
And you know what?
877-311
Let
fans.
your opinion be known.
Right.
When you're going to get on the podcast.
I
we
will-
might invite you here too.
I will tell you this. I remember a couple years ago when I was at a Laker game and I was in the 100th section right by the tunnel, and Kwame Brown was on the team. And every time Kwame Brown touched the ball, everybody was yelling, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Oh, that was
don't
the
shoot!"
best.
And it was like the most hilarious thing ever. But
no.
but I would tell you, it was funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening.
I have a great Kwame story.
We all of a sudden got Pau Gasol on the trade, and I said Mitch Kupchak was the greatest GM ever. Because
he stole him.
That was the last game that he actually had played as a Laker.
It's
so
a good
maybe
point.
this will happen to KCP.
I have a great Kwame Brown story, really quick. Okay.
And you have a great
So-
mathematical theory about the championships as well.
Oh yes, the years. That's right. So my Kwame Brown story. All right. So at one point, I've been a Lakers season ticket holder for quite a while. So I go back to Kwame and so forth. And at one point, we were invited to watch a practice with Kobe and everybody and Kwame and Phil Jackson. And before Lakers could leave practice, they'd have to make X amount of free throws in a row. One shoot, next shoot, next shoot. And everyone had to make their free throw on the team. And there's a crowd of maybe 150, 200 fans, season ticket holders there. And all the Lakers are there and the coaches are there, and they're trying to finish their day. And they're going through the lineup, and here comes Kwame. And as soon as they hand the ball to Kwame, there was a collective, "Oh, no," through the entire gym.
Oh, no.
And the players started laughing, and Kwame's head went down.
That's jacked up,
And
man.
everybody is just, "Oh, no." And it's just because you say, they're saying every time
Right.
he shot.
Don't shoot.
And that was in the practice building at the old Toyota Center. Oh, it was
man.
brutal. It was brutal.
I mean, and I hate to be like this.
He made
but,
it, by the way. He did make the
It's
shot
not
and they
his,
went
it's
home.
not
so
his
that's
fault
important
he
to
was
say.
born
Finish
with
the
Eldon
story.
Campbell hands.
It's just-
Okay, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember. There's a clip. I mean, they play it a lot. It's the when we made the trade for Pau Gasol, Stephen A. Smith, the whole Stephen A. Smith rant when he talks about. If you haven't check it out. It's the best thing when he talk about like he can't put a move to memory. Like he has small hands. He can't hold the ball. I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, it just sums up
Kwame.
Yeah,
Right.
Kwame. He's like Kwame. I mean, it's just the best. It's the best. You check that out. But we were talking about KCP, and the only thing I would say, I mean, it's hard to hear the boos on KCP, but when you're airballing layups, see, that's going to get you. You're going to rub some fans the wrong way. So, and I mean, it was not warranted, but you can't keep airballing layups. Like you can't. It's like sometimes you see him kill runs. Like we're passing the ball and we're passing inside, and it's like he's literally like, well, I want to get some fun too, and he would just shoot the ball out of nowhere. Like he would pull up from 3. Like I haven't touched the ball enough, so I don't want to play within the confines of the offense. I am offense, so I'm just going to jack this thing up. And he bricks. So you don't even have the latitude. First of all, I got a couple of things wrong with this. First of all, you can't be weak and have a headband. I just cannot deal with that. That's for people that ball out. It's like you look like Jackie Moon out
Unless
there.
you LeBron, then you gotta keep your hair
I just
straight.
can't handle that. I can't handle that. And so another thing, I mean, you can't be just initials. Like, just LBJ. LBJ is LeBron James.
You gotta
LeBron
earn that.
James. You gotta earn that. He kills me. Donald kills me. KCP, he hasn't earned it. He's contagious.
He's
From town now, he's contagious. I'm
So
not
every
calling
room he
nothing.
goes into, if he sneezes on you,
He's
you become contagious too.
Oh,
I'll take it on that note.
perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Hopefully his shooting
This is
doesn't
great.
become
We should do
contagious.
this. Okay, call in if you want to hear more from Pat.
Yeah.
877-311 fans.
So
Let's
what
ask him
is
something
the
else.
exit? What is the exit move of KCP though? Like, how do we get him out of there?
Well, we can't.
It's really easy. It's really easy. All you have to do is find a way for him to get injured.
Oh well, no,
Go
we don't.
there.
wanna
We don't
wish.
do that.
You don't want to
No,
wish.
no.
anything
Watch,
negative.
watch. They did the same thing to Lonzo. Feel me? They take him in, they pull him out. They take him in, pull him. He's kind of
I
a
do not subscribe to this.
drain
Yeah, I
plug.
don't subscribe to that.
I mean,
Drain plug. Tub.
drain blood.
plug.
Cannibalism.
You put him in, you pull him out. You put him in, you pull him out. Race car doesn't go
Well,
400 miles an hour.
Okay, so let me
in
ask
pieces.
you this. Okay, so
Now, I
let's
was
ask
quoting
you this.
LeVar Ball on that. True. But a broken watch, and it's right twice a day. So,
Yes.
Okay, so let's ask
Yeah.
you this. So
So far you're 0 for 3.
basically the Lakers have won 7 games in a row. They're 7-1, and we're happy about that.
Very much.
KCP has obviously not had an impact. Why don't we just bench him?
but has he had an impact? Is offense the
he's
only
not
impact?
Well, is he playing great defense? Is he? Are we?
It's better than Travis Ware.
Well, I mean, but Travis Ware is not on the Lakers.
Yes, he is.
Well, it's South Bay Lakers.
The last game, I think it was I think it was the game beforehand. I think when we played, was it San Antonio? I mean, the Bulls.
Right.
We played the Bulls, and you see KCP having an all right game, but it wasn't really what we expect him to have. And Vogel yanked him. I mean, he put in Caruso at the end of that game. I mean, I think he put Caruso at the end of the fourth quarter of the
Yeah.
last game.
Yeah.
So his minutes are he's on a short leash at this point. Another guy, I mean, we want to talk about. I don't know how y'all feel about Daniels, man, but yeah, he's getting on my nerves.
Really?
Yeah, dude, Daniels.
Troy Daniels.
Okay,
Troy
okay.
Daniels.
You have friends.
know.
I will join you on that.
Daniels.
The first thing I don't like though
I'm
is
okay
that
with Brown. I'm okay with Cook. Sorry, not Brown. Cook. I'm cool. Like Cook. Cook's cool. Man, dude, Daniels. Man,
I have a problem with these small 3 and no D guys, but first of all, Quinn Cook's haircut looks like one of the turtles from Super Mario, so I can't stop staring at his hair.
or like Dragon
Second of
Ball
all-
Z.
second of all, don't you think-
that's Super Saiyan?
Don't you
Dragon
think
Ball
Jared
Z.
Dudley would be a better replacement?
Yeah.
Well, why is LeBron still playing guard? That's my question. Why
Because
is he
it's
bringing the
LA,
ball up?
But
and
I
he
think
gets his
They're gonna-
camera
they're gonna
time.
wait. I mean, I think Caruso should be bringing up the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And you saw that at the Heat game where LeBron actually started passing to him like he was part of the solution instead of that guy off the bench.
Instead of he's got to hide him
It's
somewhere.
like here, pass the ball back, like that kind of thing.
And they had a give and go.
Yeah.
Everybody saw that. I'm glad you really watched that. Fans of Profanity Nation, we're going to get together on a couch and we're going to get some food, and we're going to record us watching an actual game. And this is going to be really fun. It's going to be totally different than the podcast.
Might be too much profanity.
But we don't curse.
But it's still
But
fan.
we-
It's
but,
still
you
our
know,
kind of profanity.
but, you
That's
know.
perfect. Way to sell it. Hashtag advertising.
I would like to say that we are true fans. We put our money where our mouth is.
I put my money where my
Pat
mouth are.
And Michael are going to the game tonight.
Yeah.
True.
Almost generally, just about every game, one of us is there. Definitely South Bay or Lakers or something. We're generally in the building for a game. One of us somewhere along the way. So
Right. So I mean, so we're real fans. You know, we're not just out there
we're
So
investing in
remember-
the team.
talking.
Right, real fans. Real fans means that you care about the team. You can go to the game. You can, if you live in a non-Laker city or a non-Laker state or a non-Laker country, because I believe there's a lot of purple and gold out there.
Yes.
If you sit down and you're in a bar and there's 85 people watching soccer and you've got that one TV with no audio showing the Laker game somewhere in Ireland, you know what I mean? Or
At 3 in the
what
morning.
if you're in Boston and you're that Laker fan that can't wear his Laker jersey, can't cheer, but you're out and you got to watch your Lakers some
I
way?
think that actually would be a great thing, you know, because we are.
That's the
we are
profanity I'm talking about.
We are the fearless animated nation. We all need to go to Boston and root.
I don't know how fearless
I'm
I
already
am
on
about
that. That is January 20th is Boston.
Okay.
January 22nd is New York.
Oh.
So what I'm talking about is going out and we can get
A
tickets.
New York two-step.
We can get tickets through my Lakers rep. Will actually can assist to get us tickets in both those buildings. And we do the two-step and we go to Boston and then we go right to the Garden.
Ooh, in full gear.
So
I
that
actually
is-
think the
road
Lakers,
trip.
Full gear
I
and
actually
security
think the
guards.
Lakers should offer a package that provides hotel. You pay for it, hotel, plane, and tickets to a game somewhere like Boston, and they block up 20 tickets or something, and we go and we just represent.
Hey, so
Yeah, we gotta
listen,
do that.
if we go do that,
We call ourselves real fans, right?
If we do that, that is a great idea. And if we do that, we gotta represent hard and represent.
Yeah, well, I want to hire an undercover, or not an off-duty and full.
No. I want to walk in and have I'm hoping it's kind of cold, so we can have our
Oh, the
trench coats on,
jackets.
and then we come in, and then as soon as you sit down, all gold, and I want to feel the hate because I know when
yes.
there's Celtic fans in the building and they're cheering for their team, and I'm in
Yes.
that, I hate them.
Right.
I mean, I don't hate them personally, but I hate what
But
they're
you know-
cheering for.
and you know what,
I
though?
want to feel that.
Right.
That
But,
would
but,
be-
but you
I
know what?
do.
You know, but
I'm
you know
willing
what?
to
You
feel
know
it
what?
on the
Also
other
good
side.
about that though, we're not going to get beat up. You know, that's what's so wonderful. So we
yeah.
can go and
You
cheer
haven't
for-
traveled with me, have you?
Yeah, well, you might have to run from
Well,
me.
well, you
I'm
know,
always the one that gets beat up.
okay.
by
Well,
the way.
Benji, we may have to get some extra bodyguards for him or something.
Yeah, I'm all for that trip, by the way. I've been scoping that trip.
I would say
That's
Yeah,
fearless
'cause-
and animated.
because I like that because we'll come in there with with the gold jerseys. You got to get the home. You got to really stand out. You got to
gold.
clash.
Yeah, you gotta-
You can't blend in with the purple and the green.
Right.
No, hell no. You need to go in there with your straight form with the blue and gold.
Yeah.
And just go in there represent.
I think we start by going to a Clipper home game.
You know what? That's hey.
It's the same building.
Hey,
That's why it's not really anything different. And it's a Clipper.
It's a warm-up.
I feel like I'm kind of giving
I mean-
the Clippers my money, and I refuse to do that. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah, well,
totally
the thing about it is,
understand.
like,
Billy Crystal, Martin
that's
Lawrence,
not-
and
that actually
random
is not,
people.
That's not as fun because even if it's a Laker Clipper game,
There's a lot of
there's
Laker
a lot of
fans.
Laker fans in there. We have to go and impact somewhere like where the hell? did
Okay,
this
so
come
call
from?
the number if
Beat
you
that out, by the
LA.
way.
if
Beat
you
that
want to
out.
be part of this.
That's
If you
a
want to come
hockey stick.
travel with us,
Censor.
Oh, I said that already.
1-877-311-FANS. If you want to join the trip. So I keep flashing this card at you guys for a very obvious reason. We are you are us. It's the same, it's just different sides of the camera. Okay? And all I want you guys to know is that we are professional fans. All of us. And you are too. And we can go as a group. And honestly, if we're going to go to Boston, I'd like to go with at least 30 people.
we have to run real deep.
I'd like to roll deep. Thank you.
Roll real deep.
real deep.
He's there, those two Laker fans. No.
Yeah.